Cheers.
Live from Paw Paw. Woohoo! It's Where'd She Go? With
Sara and Ali O.
Ow!
We're here. We're out here.
We out here.
Paw Paw, Michigan. Coloma, Michigan. For those who are like, what the heck is Paw Paw?
What is a Paw Paw? How do I get one? What are those noises? It's fireworks because we are literally live from Paw Paw Lake. And it's 4th of July weekend, baby. Let's go.
Celebrate America.
Absolutely. And what is more American than being in a Midwest lake house?
Yes.
Eating
Not that
hot
much
dogs.
more.
Not much more.
Give me the hot dogs. Give me the burgers. Like
Barefoot. Just hair
overalls,
down.
bikinis. We're ready to go in a hot tub, maybe jump in the lake, go do some tubing, do some jet skiing.
Literally,
I don't really jet ski, but I'm just saying all the things that are so cool for a lake house.
We're
jet
setting
ski,
the
boat,
tone.
bags or cornhole. What do you call it? You know?
What do you call it? We're gonna dive into all of this. So we're excited, obviously.
Happy birthday, America!
Happy birthday, America! Oh, look at this little rail right here. I love this. Okay, if you guys aren't even seeing us, you're probably like, "What is going on? Why is this popping off so hard?" Welcome back. This is just another episode of Where'd She Go with Sara and Ali O. So excited to be joined here by my co-host Sara O.
So excited. I thought the first episode when we were just kind of going over all the travel stuff, I thought it was just like a rotating guest host on the travel one, but that's why I said thank you so much for like letting me be a part of this. But truly, it's so nice. Fireworks.
Woo-hoo!
How about every time you hear a firework pop off, let's take a sip. And you guys can at home too. Do whatever you do.
Paw Paw for her. Let's
Paw
go.
4th of July. Woo! So
It's also good for the sound to pass, right? It's enough time for a pour to go down. That's great.
You drink at home, we drink, we take a minute.
I love that.
Elle, what is your favorite thing about being at a lake house?
What isn't my favorite thing about being at a lake house? First off, I just want to be the vibe of a lake house. I want hair down. I want like minimal effort across the board aesthetically.
Not a lot of makeup.
No, I want no shoes. I barely want socks. When it gets a little crisp, the sun is setting now. I don't know if you guys can see this if you're watching on YouTube. It is very romantic. The sun is setting. Like the lake is very settled. All the boats are kind of docked.
You know, so we're actually in Purdy Cove here.
Yeah.
We do have a house here, and it's our sibling, like house with our dad too. Like, and we
have cousins on the lake.
Yes, our aunt and our uncles. Like, everyone has a house here. It's kind of been a family thing for quite a few years.
Yeah,
like maybe 10 or 8. We just got a house maybe 8 years ago. I was looking through pictures actually.
Wow.
But we've been coming here 10 years, and we are actually at the house we're at is in Purdy Cove. So normally there's a lot of boat action here. Like people are not tied up. People are docked up here. Like, and just like partying. So it's
they have their tubes out. They're all just like, and so we decided to wait until the sunset when it's everyone's taking the nap.
A little more chill. Yes.
You have this. You start strong on lake days. That's probably one of the things I do love. You asked me what I love about lake houses. The days start early and they just last.
They
so
start
long.
early. I'm thinking of my birthday a couple of years ago. Everyone was wasted by 9:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, no joke.
Too many shark bites, watermelon and vodka.
Okay, I would love to get into that specifically.
Okay.
So we always talk about on this show, I feel like groups you travel with. So whether it's like a bachelorette party, you're going solo, you're on a double date, or you're like
I've gone to prom,
siblings.
like to lake houses after prom. We would, a couple of years, junior and senior year, we would in Indiana, Michigan, like all around, we'd go to different houses of our friends at lake houses. So after prom, that's fun. Even when you're not like drinking, stuff like that, you know, you can still have so much fun.
How many lake houses have you been to growing up as a Midwest person? Like in high school, the people I don't even talk to now. Yeah, probably 10.
10, which is kind of a lot. Like when you're young and to be traveling with friends too, and then being with our family too. I think lake houses are great because they're great for families. They're great for, I went with me and my husband one time, just us, hit up some wineries. He doesn't drink wine now, but it was sure fun then.
The
like,
Icebox Michigan wine, let's go. Oh, that's what they call it, right?
It's not icebox. It's like frost wine.
Oh, okay.
Ice
so
wine. It's ice wine. Ice
okay.
wine is in Michigan, and because certain grapes can grow in cold weather for wine, and so Michigan does it. I'm like, can we get that in Illinois? Like that'd be great.
That would be great.
Low alcohol percentage, but doesn't matter. It's like really refreshing and not refreshing. It's sweet. I love it. It's sweet. Oh, who am I kidding? It's not refreshing,
fun.
But it's sweet.
But that's
it's
why bachelorette parties and bachelor parties feel like they could come here because there is a little party scene here if you so choose.
It
is. It's family friendly.
It's for everyone.
It works for Midwest
Lake houses are great. It really is the Midwest. We were talking about this before. Like, would love to know what our East Coast people do for lake houses.
Truly.
Like,
is it
Cape
cabins?
Cod?
Is it lake houses?
Hamptons?
Is it yeah.
Like,
is it Hamptons? Is that how you
do-
guys lake house is the Hamptons?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's like level 10. Like,
That's
we're
rosé all
Midwest.
day.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, I went to the Hamptons once. It was way more green than I thought it was going to be. I just thought it was like bougie, club, restaurant, whatever. And like, it could be that, but like,
I
it's a
see
lot
it.
more
I
laid
see
back than I thought.
You
Not
know,
as laid back as here.
no. I think we're a little more barefoot here, but I do see the hot dog game over there too. People like hot dogs. I say
Nathan's Hot Dogs in New York.
Okay.
Yes, it was
Shout
in
out.
Coney Island in New York. I did go to the Hamptons one time.
You did?
I did.
You really are a cultured lake house girly. Oh my gosh.
Went to prom in Indiana.
Yeah.
Now we're in Michigan up in here. Went to like Coney Island, but that's not where the lake house is. And then you take the train. It's just Nathan Hot Dogs reminds me of Coney Island so much. And it was good. I've never ate a hot dog in my life till I was like 21 and in New York. And then we went to the Hamptons and like tried to get in places. No one would let us in. Like, we're just some nobodies. Like, oh yeah, we're from the Midwest. This is so cool. Let us in.
So cool.
Yeah, they're like, no. And I'm like, where's the Nathan's Hot Dogs though?
You know what's funny is we talk a big hot dog, like a festive hot dog game, but I'm a vegetarian, pescatarian. I eat veggie dogs like straight. But
and I don't
like,
eat hot dogs. I
you
ate
don't
a
even
buns
eat
with
hot
ketchup
dogs.
until I was 21. It was a bun and ketchup. So we act like we're like really cool in the hot dog game. We're not.
There's just something so American about fitting in on the summer holidays, eating hot dogs.
Give me that American flag bikini, some overalls, a little American flag, and a sparkler in the other hand. I don't drink beer, but if I did, I guess I'd have a beer in the other hand.
It's the
What's
vibe.
an American beer? I don't know.
Miller Lite, High Life, Bud Light.
I would say Ice House. I think that's what I drank when I first like was
Pabst, PBR.
trying to sneak in some alcohol.
Natty.
Like, Ice House is so great. I don't even know if they make that anymore. We're off on a weird tangent here.
I love it. I love
it.
Can I circle back real quick? Okay, so we are obviously in the Midwest out here, and I want to know lake houses around the Midwest you've been to, because Lake Michigan is huge, so there's a lot of potential for lake houses.
Yes.
I've been to Indiana lake houses. I've been to Wisconsin cabins. They're more of a cabin scene.
I forgot
there,
about Wisconsin. Yes.
Very woody.
Yes, a lot more forest there, and because there's not so much cabins here in Michigan. You can find things anywhere you go, so I'm not gonna say there's not. There are. You have to search harder for it. I've stayed in cabins in Michigan City, Indiana, actually, but not on the lake, and it wasn't a lake house game.
Yeah.
So Wisconsin, how is that compared to being like we're on a huge lake here, and that is why people from like the western suburbs of Chicagoland, southwest suburbs, why we all flock to like Paw Paw Lake, to Coloma, to Benton Harbor, St. Joe, is because there are some major lakes here from Chicago area.
That's what we have here. There's a lot of lake situation going on.
But then there's like
a lot.
beaches kind of around the lake. So with the forest in Michigan, how is that?
Up
is there
in
beaches?
Wisconsin. So I went to Crivets. Shout out Chris. I went to Crivets, and there is like a small little like lake situation, but it's this is green and beautiful, but it's very forest heavy. So it's literally like a little cabin in the woods vibe, and it's cool. And so it's a different thing. So we have like we go like, what's it called when you're on
four-wheeling?
Four-wheelers. Four-wheelers.
Yes.
Four-wheeling, which makes you feel cool automatically with the headbands on.
There's another word for four-wheeling too. I heard like our pair from South Africa. She's like, it's called something. I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, it's like
it's
four-wheelers,
cool. Yeah.
you know.
That's cool. We've also been to, what we've done, you reminded me of this 5 seconds ago, was we also did a houseboat in Arthur, Illinois.
Shout out Arthur, Illinois. It's super tiny town, Amish. I love it. Amish make really great food and furniture.
Oh my gosh, the bread. Wow.
We did do a houseboat because we went to school at, can we do a shout out?
Yeah, shout out. Milliken University.
Milliken.
Hey, Central Illinois, so near Springfield, Decatur.
Yes.
Great.
So Arthur, Illinois wasn't too far from there. We did do a houseboat one time. And that was really fun. It was so cheap. Like, get like
very affordable.
5 people to go and it's $10 a person. Like, so go look in Central Illinois. Lake houses don't have to be so bougie and expensive. They can be, but if you did an Airbnb and booked it ahead of time, that is a thing with some of these places, especially on Lake Michigan. You really have to book it out. If you want a holiday weekend, you're going to need to book the year before.
Or
like
just hit up your friends and cousins and relatives who have lake houses. Because
Yes.
odds are, if you're in the Midwest, you know
know
somebody who
someone.
knows somebody who is connected.
Yes.
Just get connected into the community. Because honestly, these houses are
Yes.
kind of built like big too. Like
Yes.
they're just
This is 7 bedrooms, and we just
there's bunk
built
beds.
one.
It's kind of just like
bunk beds. I think we
rooms
had
galore.
17 girls in this house a couple years ago in November. So you could still even go in November, which I think is so fun. There's still things to do. Like, yes, you're not going to get all like the lake things, what you're going to do, but the sunsets are incredible.
Well, that's one of the things I want to talk about was just the different seasons of lake housing. So there are tons of things to do depending on the time of year you come. So winter, spring, summer, fall. We are obviously in prime summer right now. Amazing.
It is July.
It's everything you want it to be. So it's the boats, it's the jet skis, it's the tubing if you're crazy. But if you come in wintertime, it's cool. It's so nice too. I honestly just want to come like just as a getaway with my dad and my husband. I'm like, can we just go for a weekend?
Some houses have hot tubs,
so chill.
some don't. I'd say majority don't, but our dad wanted us to come here. Like, let's get our money's worth. Let's come here in the wintertime. And so we did get a hot tub.
Eventually, years later.
Yeah. It wasn't a right away purchase. He needed to know we were actually come here. And so we have the hot tub. That's amazing. I'd say
it's just tranquil.
I know a group that came up here and stayed in the house, a bunch of guys, and they just stayed inside, had so much fun, played games, and then they built like a ice igloo outside and made a fire out of that.
Are these adult guys?
Yes.
That's so
right
cool.
up here. I don't want to like name the people.
Oh, yeah.
But like they were up there and they made like it said it was a lot of work, all these grown men pushing like ice blocks together and then made a fire from that, and it looked amazing. The lake is frozen. They saw like some crazy things happening on the lake. There was people who live here year round too, of course, and they were on the lake and like snowmobiling on the lake, which doesn't get that frozen to be having a huge machine out here. Like on the lake, there was parts of it that weren't frozen too also. And this was at like 10 o'clock at night and super dangerous, really dangerous.
Oh my God.
I understand some ice fishing.
Yeah.
Situation.
Did they see any of that? Does that go on out here?
I thought I had
There's
heard
a lot
that.
of fish on our dock.
Yeah, there's a lot of fish.
Because your kids always, they keep pulling them up. They're
This
like
is
little
it.
young
That's what
fishermen.
I'm saying. That's a new activity, and yes, you could do that spring and summer, but also thinking of like fall activities. Like, so people are just like, oh, summer, let's go on the lake house. No, like get your money's worth. Like, how can you use a lake house if you're thinking about it year round? Well, in the fall, for sure, like you can do fishing. Like if you have a dock, if you have anywhere like a public beach or like a docking area, you could go fishing. I never thought I was into fishing. I still am not, but my kids like it for some reason now. And my 3-year-old's like, let me get the worm, and just grabs it. My 6-year-old's like, why did you grab the worm?
Why?
And so fishing is like a fun activity you could do in the fall. It seems like we get a lot of fish here. They caught 14 the first time they were here, and they're like babies and don't know what they're doing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's a fun thing to do. And then wineries too. There are a lot, like I know I mentioned Benton Harbor, St. Joe, Paw Paw. There's a lot more than that too. Different like major towns too that attract a lot of tourists year round. Ice cream's a big deal here. People go to wineries and ice cream places.
It's
Kilwins is amazing for ice cream.
Shout out.
You have to go. Yes, they're amazing, and all the different wineries you could like bop in between. It's kind of like bar hopping, but with wineries.
It is. It's nice too. They know they're doing their tastings, and in the Midwest there's
so
like good food, good
affordable.
Cheese everywhere. It's great.
That's why it's really fun for a bachelorette party. I'd say the Uber game has gotten a little bit better in the area, but still a couple of girls that I know did bachelor parties up here. They had like their moms drive a party bus like here too.
I think that happened to us actually for your birthday party not too long ago.
Yeah.
Great place to have a good group birthday party as well.
Forgot. Yeah, don't plan a meal too. Also, when you're like talking about like planning parties and everything too, something that we've been coming across recently was everyone like is like, oh, let's do like all these wineries, let's do like this big major thing like our brother's birthday, let's do a boat. And then after the boat, like for his birthday, everyone was like passed out and like no one wanted to go to dinner that night. So keep it super casual.
You're sun drenched, you're exhausted, you've given your all to the boat.
Yes.
Like you're done.
My
Keep
birthday, people were done by 10 a.m. So let's talk about what to bring as a good host, because I'd say I have a friend who brought something really great for my birthday and knocked everyone out. So maybe proceed with caution when we tell you this.
Okay, let's talk about good top things to bring to a lake house if you're a guest or a host. Okay, so let's give the first one. Was this watermelon infused with vodka? Talk about catering to a 21-year-old plus group. Oh my gosh. It was great. Very like low maintenance. How did he get the vodka in the watermelon?
Oh, I didn't know how vodka drenched should be, and that was my demise. We had like some eggs, whatever.
Yeah,
how do you say it? Eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I wish I had toast or
Yeah,
sandwich.
some
I
bread.
needed full on pasta that morning before going on the boat. We were so excited. We've never like partied here without kids.
We had a big like one of those fun boys too for the back of the boat.
Fun boys. I love the fun boy floats. Let me talk about that for a second. So we had
cool.
a dome. So it's a big circle with like arches that go up with a disco ball hanging in the middle. So all my friends and family were like sitting in the middle of this and just like, oh, great. We're tied up to the boat out there, which is amazing. And we just had a riot there. We got some an airplane float.
Oh, yeah.
Like someone was laying on that. Like,
it was a good time.
So our friend Jimmy, he
brought
up, fireworks.
Woohoo.
Podcast for chug. So our friend Jimmy, he came in hot. He came in at like 8 a.m. Guys, I brought this great thing. We're like, okay, yeah, whatever. We have our Chardonnay, whatever. And he brought this big tub, and it had a bunch of watermelon chunks. So we're like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. You brought some fruit. So we're like just eating some chunks. I take a huge bite. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jimmy, like, what? Why does this taste weird? Like, I don't really like fruit anyways, so it just tasted weird anyways.
Fireworks. I'm going to pause on that one. We're going to let the one ride.
Okay. And so it was infused with vodka. He let it soak overnight. And so it was soaked in vodka for over a day. And so you take 3 bites of this, and that was everyone's demise. So it was a very good thing to bring as a friend. Everyone needs to know their boundaries when messing around with something like that.
That's true. It's a good guest thing to bring as a host. It's like, that would be crazy to like, you know.
It's my birthday, so I'm like, let's do the most of this. This is so great. But can I tell you what Ali brought to the team? And it was a great thing for that birthday party on the boat. It was very boat-centric. That's what we wanted.
Sarah's birthday's in August.
Yes, I'm an August birthday.
Shark Week.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Ali was like, what could be great for the boat? What's a crowd pleaser? We need to eat food.
Oh, yeah.
The shark peanut butter and jellies. So we made like 40 peanut butter and jellies.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the assembly crew, but someone was.
Making them. It was great.
Peanut butter and jelly. There was like 40 of them.
Low
and then
lift.
Ali got like a shark cookie cutter from like Amazon, ordered it to the house, and just like would cut it out. So everyone's eating shark peanut butter and jellies. Think of Uncrustables, but with shark.
Let me tell you, that is just, and that's actually like just surfaced around again. That was like a couple years ago for your party. It was like crazy. It was like a vibe.
Yeah.
Just this past week, guess what has resurfaced as the #1 meal? Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly is like
we were just here on a family trip too. So we're going to talk about like the boozy, like, drinking boat thing, but also like family and like,
it feeds young people. It feeds adults. It feeds the boozy adults on vacay. Yeah,
it's great. Just discovered what an Uncrustable is and thinks it's the best thing ever. He wanted me to cut it in a circle at home. I'm like, no, that's Michigan thing only.
That's Michigan behavior.
Yes, Michigan behavior. Okay.
Love. Oh my gosh, take me back. That was such a good birthday, and it was Shark Week themed. So Sarah loves sharks. She respects and fears sharks.
I fear and respect sharks so much. Like I would never want to swim in the water with sharks. Everyone's like, would that be great for you? Absolutely not. I don't want to see a shark in real life. I don't want to pet it. I don't want to.
But she's watched every episode of Shark Week, and she loves sharks.
I actually bought like an episode of Shark Week. It was, and
you
the
respect
guy
them
actually
so much.
died doing it. It's like called. I need to revisit.
So
this.
Many have. There's
so
many
but
have.
It's like a job where you're like a free diver. There's a better term for it. I can't think of it. But you're like a free diver. Into like the worst parts of like very great white shark infested waters, and you're getting these, it's not clams, oh my gosh, it's been a couple of years since I watched this. I had to watch it 10 times and I needed a minute away from it. And you have to go get these clams. I think it's like Japan or something. They're so valuable and there's so much money, so people do it for like knock it out in a weekend, and if you get like 10 you get $1 million. So it's a huge risk. Obviously this man lost his life, and it's a huge payout though too.
Wow. Where was that at? Do you know what country? Australia.
I have to look. I'm like, it's South Africa or Australia was like the worst, I think, for great whites. But this is where these precious like food is, and the people in Japan love this so much.
Talk about not lake house behavior. That is dangerous behavior.
That is not dangerous behavior. Like, so anyway, Shark Week is in August. We love that. So Shark Week theme is a great August and July party. September
good birthday
party theme too.
Yes. It always works. And Sarah's like older now, 30 plus. So like we made
30
it like
plus. Oh my God, that sounds like I'm 35. My birthday's in August. 8/8/88.
Get it? Hey, we made it like very like I don't want to say sexy Shark Week. We made it like
You
silver.
made it sexy Shark Week because
Not
Baby
like
Shark was
Baby
really
Shark.
hot.
Okay.
Like because I had 2 little boys at the time, and Baby Shark was hot. It was
this
happening.
was not Baby Shark. This was like
Ellie told everyone
sexy, sophisticated shark vibe and theme.
Yes.
Like that was the dress code, which we, you know.
You told this to everyone behind my back. Like we had like our sorority sisters and everyone come and we're like, it's like she's like telling everyone it's sexy Shark.
Do you know what else we made for that birthday? I'm so glad we're talking about this birthday so much.
Watermelon.
We made the watermelon, more watermelon. We were hydrated, but we weren't hydrated. We made a watermelon. Shout out to Pi Phi sorority girls. We made
Caitlin and Lizzie.
So artsy. They made a watermelon open face with shark teeth carved into the watermelon,
top on the bottom, and a Barbie in it.
Half Barbie. Her legs are out.
You're kidding me, sharks.
That was iconic. That was very good.
That was iconic. That is a very good use of the word iconic. I feel like people use that word way too much right now. That was iconic. We will put those pictures. Go check out our Instagram.
Check it out.
You can scroll down and see those sexy Shark Week pictures from my birthday in August a few years ago.
Incredible. Okay, so I want to say top 3 things to pack. Aside from peanut butter and jelly,
to be like a good friend coming to a lake house, bring your own alcohol.
Yes,
because everyone drinks so many different kinds here. We just went through cleaning ours out, and Ellie,
that's funny you bring that up specifically. Right? We just cleaned out like 7 years of liquor, like from. Do you hear the birds too? By the way, this is like a very tranquil episode.
Tranquil. There's wind. There's birds chirping. No fireworks, but. That's amazing.
So nice.
Yes.
So, but this liquor cabinet was not tranquil.
Say? No.
What did I say?
It's not a frat house.
Oh, it's not a frat house. Okay, so maybe it's because we're older now. But
lake houses accumulate things.
Yes.
And everyone just like, I bring my own. And I appreciate people who bring their own because, like I said, everyone drinks so many different
Totally.
alcohols. We had like Sunny D vodka.
Sunny D seltzers before seltzers were a thing. It was from 2005. We just got rid of those.
It's 2024.
Probably because sold those on eBay or something. I don't know. I've never heard.
Yeah.
That's good. Always bring like a good drink you're going to drink on hand. Bring like some kind of food. Like people who bring like, you could bring like a hash brown casserole or a French roast.
Breakfast items.
A French bake. What does mom make? A French toast casserole. Those are so good. Monkey bread is great. Anything to feed the masses. Like a little drink, a little food. And a game, hopefully, is what you're bringing.
That's what I'm saying. I had a girlfriend. I love her. Like, and Annette, she just knows how to like party plan. And she's really like, Sarah, it's your birthday. I know you love like you make your own version of a Mexican scramble, but you suck at cooking. She didn't say that part, but it's true. And she's like, so I made I made eggs and have avocado and salsa and black beans.
Oh,
and she had like a whole pan of like this all ready to go.
Oh yeah, and she had the hash browns, the Trader Joe's hash browns too.
Trader Joe's hash browns.
Yeah, wow. Trader Joe's hash browns.
Why is that a tongue twister?
Right, it's so good. It's so good to eat. You can like make them in the microwave or in
something
toaster.
That could feed the masses. You know, make like 20 scrambled eggs. Someone's gonna eat them. Keep making toast. All of that. Like that's a good party host. Like who is bringing or a party guest who's like, I'm gonna bring food to feed the masses. And then bring a game. I have another girlfriend who she's like, I am the game queen. And she brings in telestrations.
Oh, yeah. So fun.
That, right? So it's like it's telestrations after dark. Gets a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
And so you could do just regular telestrations too if you're with family. The game of things is something. Is that birds?
The nature.
Oh my gosh. There's a family of baby ducks, a family of ducks and baby ducks down here.
Like National Geographic up in here. This is gorgeous.
Michigan, or where are we?
Continue, please.
So telestrations and the game of things are good family-friendly options too. Lighthearted, it doesn't get crazy. And then you could do telestrations after dark, and that can get crazy. And so so that's like it's drawing. You're drawing out things. Everyone has their own like little permanent or an erasable like marker, and it's like a game of telephone, but you're drawing it out. So fun to bring that.
Really fun.
And then you're like, yeah, it's hilarious.
And then what's the sibling crowd pleaser?
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna unveil this like top secret to you guys.
Okay.
Like, what is the best lake house game if you are with like a fun and funny crowd? Probably not your parents unless they're like wild, which some are. Like, is Jackhole? No, Jackbox. It's Jackbox.
Jackbox is so good, you guys. If your siblings are over 18 and you guys have like you've grown up together, now you gotta like each other and you think each other are funny. Oh my gosh, this is the game for you. It's so fun.
You only need your phone and someone to, I think it's just like you Google it, you get a link and then you put the link on the TV. So you need your phone and a TV, and then you just type in like the code and it takes you to your own like private room too. So then it's just like anyone who's playing with their phone can play, and I don't even know. It just gets like
the rest snowballs from there. You can honestly do something where there's different categories of like you guys are all describing the same thing and like saying in different ways. There's something you can make t-shirts, which
Josh has bought too many. Ellie's husband.
At least 5+, maybe closer to 10. Which is
drawings that like the people make on their phone, which is hard. I always go to a snowman because I'm like, okay, I got like 3 balls, like some arms, some eye. They're gonna be like doing inappropriate things. Let's just
Google
say that.
Jackbox, you'll know. It's so good.
And then you can put the shirts of the drawings and then you match it up with like words. Other people, it says like type in 20 words that are like inappropriate and you're going to put that in. So that's a really fun game too.
Top game. Nintendo 64 has been making a resurgence too for the siblings. Like we love any old game consoles. Nintendo you could just 64. Like leave at a lake house, bring to a lake house. So great.
I don't remember what
Super
Cooper
Smash Bros.
and Austin were talking about. They're like, Sarah, Nintendo 64 is so old school. Like, let's not do Super Smash on that. Let's do it on Melee. I don't know. Like, so I'm like with the olden times. I need to get with the cool times. I love video games, but
do you guys hear that boat coming? Let us know if you guys see it. I hear it coming behind me. It's coming. Boat pours.
It's coming. Boat pours. Woo-woo.
So also lake house culture. If you bring a drink on a boat, you call it a boaty.
and you're not bringing glass. Don't bring these wine glasses. We're bringing like
a tumbler like type situation or a water bottle with a lid.
Is like a good brand on Amazon. I ordered like 12 for the house, maybe it was 20 for the house. Or on Amazon, it was like $20 for. I think it was like 24.
Great deal.
So yeah, do that.
You're putting ice cubes in your drink, and it's a vibe. Ice cubes and snacks. I always think we're gonna be like abandoned on the boat. I don't know what I think is gonna happen.
Ailey's big into snacks.
So
Her
many
love language is snacks and packing snacks for people. I do appreciate it because all of a sudden, like, everyone needed those peanut butter and jelly sharks.
Everybody
like,
needed them.
Don't remember eating them. They were great. Like, we needed them. Ailey's been a grocery shopping.
You're welcome.
Up in Michigan, there's a lot of fruit stands.
Oh
Shout
my
out to
gosh.
your fruit stand, Dale. Why don't
Fruit Acres? Oh my gosh, the best. Like to say it's the highlight of my trips up here always. I love because it's like fresh fruit and amongst a sea of like crazy food you guys are eating. So many chips, so many drinks, so many sandwiches. Oh my gosh, fresh fruit. And especially up in Michigan, they're known for the cherries. Oh my gosh, and fresh baked pies.
The cherries are
which is good for a party.
Huge too. I don't eat blackberries. I don't eat fruit, but like I don't eat any of them. I'm like, can I have pineapple in my vodka?
You know what? They also have like they make specialty jars of things. So they make specialty
peach
salsas. They make specialty jams.
Chips and salsa is a big thing that you could bring up here. So if you're like, okay, like I'm gonna find, I can't like, I just forgot about it. Like just grab a bag of like chips, like tortilla chips or scoops or whatever they are, and like
a long way.
See if there's like a local place in town that has like one of those fruit salsas, and I thought that was great that you and Ashley brought that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was great. Also on the food note, I love it. Food queen, you set the tone for everyone's experience. People are going to be like happy or sad, but everyone's gonna be a lot happier if they have their snacks. One thing to do, especially like on a big family outing, is make a shared note of if someone's in charge of like grocery shopping, or like Sarah had the login because she has like a lot of the kids, and she's like, hey, what do you guys want?
Meyer or Instacart.
Do a shared note on your phone, share it in the group text, drop it, and everyone like has what they need.
Yeah, it gets overwhelming when you're the person hosting or you're the oldest sis and you are like ordering food for everyone. It's way too much. There's way too many people.
You're not a magic maker. You're here to like just
I want to have
order
fun and chill too. So it was so helpful this time making a shared folder where
shared note.
You know, and you do past orders, which is so helpful.
Oh
so
yeah, that is so
app,
good.
The same thing you're doing. Meyer like recently kicked us out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do Instacart for Meyer, and that's fine. And so we were able to reuse that stuff. But then everyone put in the shared notes like what they wanted. You know, like
it was great.
It was super helpful this time around.
Our brother wanted goldfish.
I was gonna say Cooper coming in hot last minute. I'm like, Cooper, I have to do another order, so there has to be a deadline too.
I wanted trail mix. Sarah wanted. You had jokes. You're like, I want Shardy, and
I said
I don't
like,
know what else you said. You disrespected the shared note. You weren't real.
Like love, peace, happiness, and Chardonnay. Love, peace, happiness, and
that's
Chardonnay. That's
cute,
baby.
but that's not gonna move the needle on
and
what we need.
Bags, you know.
Oh my gosh, the bag set.
I think we
cornhole,
need everyone to sound
set.
off because
Sound off. Let's go.
So, okay.
It's a house divided.
Is this a Midwest thing? But people play it in Texas, everything too. Okay. The game where there could be 4 people playing or just 2, and there's like a big board on one side, across another board on the other side.
Let's pretend to do it to each other.
Some bean bags. Who's going? Oh man, you missed the hole. There's a hole in the board. Okay, so I'm gonna throw in.
Oh,
I made it in. Oh God. And so that is to me called bags.
Same here.
Bags,
but I have been at different people's lake houses. This is such lake house behavior. Like
lake house behavior.
Lake house behavior. People call it cornhole. Are you one of
cornhole?
those people? Is this East Coast people? Is this West Coast people? I don't think so.
Is this Texas?
Who is this? I like it, and we're in Virginia Beach with Mom, and we were trying to go to like a local like Bass Pro Shop and trying to find like this is a great
cornhole.
Activity. Right, cornhole, and they're like, you want a what? And they didn't know what we were saying until we said cornhole, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
really?
You called it? That's
Virginia
crazy.
Beach. You guys are calling it cornhole.
So maybe it's an East Coast,
which it's appropriate
situation.
Either way. It's just I didn't
how did
know
it get
how
there?
Popular is cornhole. Are we playing in the cornfields?
I'm
we grew up next to a field, like a farmer, so we grew up and we'd run through the corn. So I feel like we have credit and can back this up.
I'm shocked that's not our term, you know?
Yeah.
But I respect it. I love it. You guys really brought it back, you and Reza, this season.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Our kids are a tiny bit older, but also babies. Like,
and they're good spectators too. Like now they
wanted to watch. Like I'm like, please watch me be amazing at this in front of your dad. I am great. I'm not great at like all the sports, but I am really good at bags and mini golf and flippy cup.
Flippy cup. I'm good at flippy cup too.
Good
not
lake house game.
Beer pong too much though.
The ring game. Can we talk about that for a second?
That's great.
We would like to Amazon this here for the next time we're in the lake.
Because we want to showcase our skills because we both happen to be very good at it.
Because we're very good at like the random sports competition things in life. You know, we're the oldest sisses. We didn't like have like older brothers who are like you had to throw football with us and we're playing tackle and stuff. Maybe that's what they do on the East Coast, Dale. I think they're throwing the pigskin.
Is that from that one movie?
Yeah. What is
Wedding Crashers?
Yeah. With Zach. Yes, Wedding Crashers.
I love that. Not our lake house. That is a lake house experience for some people. Is Wedding Crashers. That's a perfect example. Yeah. Okay, we see you East Coast. That's how you guys
get in touch with our East Coast roots, I guess, out
there. We see.
Yeah.
So out here we play bags. We play corn.
We play bags and the ring
game. So it's like a little wood setup. But I've also seen life size at bars where it's like a big like gold brass ring, and you like had to like let's pretend this dual screen.
Imagine Hangman.
Oh, wait, what am I?
If it's like an individual.
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine Hangman. It's wooden. Imagine the tabletop version. So it's wooden, and then there's the top, and then there's a string with a ring here and a string with a ring here.
Yeah.
And so I'm like trying, and there's a hook and a hook. And so Elle is trying to like make it on the ring there. Yeah.
It's very like olden days, like seeming. It seems like it's from the 1500s, maybe. They only had yarn and wood to play with.
We only had that one.
But it's lit.
Yeah. Probably put their like little wedding ring like as a band on there. You know, I don't know. We need to find out the roots of the ring game.
We'll get back to
So it's like this with the thing. And so I'm trying to make it on there. And you keep going and you keep going. We were like playing with our brothers. And I'm like, why are we so good at this?
We happen to be very excellent at this game. We should link this, honestly. We'll link this and Jack.
Do you guys want to watch us play sometime?
Shout off. We'll play.
We can do it.
Don't throw us with a good time. We'll play.
Yeah, we'll do it. You know, I think that's great. So that's a good game that's also very inexpensive and great for like groups. You could do like a ring battle doing that.
Oh, yeah.
You could have competitions, obviously. And yeah, there's lots of fun games like that. I think that's the thing with lake houses is games and the food. And then, of course, the water activities, which we're very new at.
We're new. We're new water people.
We didn't grow up going on a lake house.
No.
This was more of like a thing
later in life.
Like I said, I went in high school a couple times after prom and then later on.
Can I tell you, I visited with a boyfriend who I stayed with too long just because his cousins were so nice in high school. And like, I'm like, I love their lake house dynamic. They're so nice. And like, they
did the lake house right.
They did the lake house right.
Yes,
the guy was so
mean
and so like just not him. I'm like, you guys are such a nice family.
But the family's great.
They did have me try water skiing. And when I tell you, I was like 16.
I don't think you'd be coordinated, Elle. You're so long-legged.
I couldn't lift my body up. I'm like, I can't do it. And they're all watching me. Oh my gosh.
And it's a family like men, like boys at the time.
Yeah. It was not it for me.
So it didn't work?
Didn't work out, and it didn't work out.
Did you get up at all?
No, not at all. And they all were watching up the side of the boat. I'm just by myself. I'm like, you guys
and you're like, is my bikini falling off? Like, check, like, you know.
Speaking about that, I want to come back to bikinis to wear around lake houses. I was going to say, in modern days now, I've learned a good activity to do is paddleboarding. Paddleboarding is such a cool, nice activity.
Oh, not like a kayak. Kayak seems... It's harder than it looks.
It's more involved. Paddleboarding is like your
it's also my hidden talent.
Is it?
Tell you. I can go upside down on my head
Yoga?
on a paddleboard.
Oh my gosh.
My husband can do the splits in a second, and it was way more flexible than me, and he cannot even stand on it. Sorry, Rosa. But I can go on my head. So that's, again, I've got mini golf, paddleboard.
You should do that on the lake house.
And the ring game. Those are the 3 things I'm good at.
Love that for you. That's incredible.
For competition.
We should paddleboard here more, because we've done it on vacation settings outside of here, but here is like so nice. You're in charge of like your own boat situation. It's great.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm great at it as a team. I don't want to rely on other
as
people.
A team, no, you're in charge of your own.
Yeah,
like,
that's what
boat.
I said.
Yeah.
I think I can't get down with kayaks. I'm just being yelled at. You're paddling the wrong way. I'm like, yeah,
Paddle
I'm
harder.
not good at this. No. Yeah, paddle harder. I am. Okay, I'm going the opposite way of you. You know, I think I need a paddleboard.
Yeah,
just me. Myself,
and
body.
the water. I and your skills going upside down. Okay, talking about bathing suits, I want to say too, because I want to talk about one of the last topics I want to talk about was outfits that work at a lake house and outfits that don't work.
Yes.
So it's crazy. Even like going to this podcast, we're like, okay, what are we wearing? Like podcast outfits versus what are we wearing? Like there's some bathing suits that are not like lake house. I don't say lake house behavior.
Not lake house behavior. That is what we were talking about on this pod is lake house behavior.
What is and what
let me tell you, thong bikinis are not lake house behavior. No. I know the bottoms have gotten so tiny.
They've
girls.
Gotten small.
Ladies, they are tiny. And I just had like a baby 3 months ago, and I'm like, okay, like none of these things work. So for
even
me,
at Target,
a string tie.
I got one from Target, and they have to explain at Target like what each one is because people are horrified. They're like, "Why is it so tiny?"
Oh my gosh, this is extra cheeky. This is right up
you.
Like, so if you just had a baby, go with the string ones. I'm like, I don't
I
care.
do
I'm not doing a
ones.
one piece right now, ladies. If you just had a baby, like moms, if you're like feeling self conscious of your body, who the heck cares? No one is looking. Everyone's like, oh my God, you birthed the miracle of life. Like, who cares? It took so long to like get pregnant and be pregnant and carry that beautiful baby. Like, I don't care. I'm in a two-piece bathing suit. I don't care.
Girl.
Like, it is.
I'm sorry there's no fireworks, but that is a cheers. That is a paw paw pour, y'all. Cheers. Honestly.
I've had people actually write into me about like being self-conscious and like why do people comment on people's bodies? And of course, in the summer,
a whole separate podcast.
It's a really sensitive topic, especially in the summertime in lake house. You're with family or you're with friends or like your husband. Maybe you're not feeling it, like, you know, and it's okay. It's okay to feel that way, but know that like guys don't know. They're not looking at that.
No.
They're looking at the scenery and the birds and some other things, but it's not the tummy, like or your love handles.
Bodies
or whatever,
are bodies.
Your thighs.
Every body has a body, and every body is a summer ready. I forget. There's some saying that was every.
I was say every lid has a pop. That's not the right thing.
And everything is like honestly, like just I think like just you go to like pools and like on like whatever vacations. If you're feeling like you're gonna be around kids or family and your dad and whatever and grandpas, look at her. We have like a little cover ups. There's so many cover ups too to be like comfortable.
Overall game, Ali rocks it. I could never be caught dead in overalls or jean. I don't wear denim. I don't do that. So like she's the yin for my yang, and so she makes me like look cool, and I'm like, okay, how can I make this look like? I don't want to say pretty because you're like beautiful and pretty. You make us look cool. I make us look like and like elegant, I guess. Like and so I did like a little what's that? Airy skirt.
Yeah.
They're so cute and affordable. And pockets. Let me talk about pockets. Like so I did like a skirt
pockets.
and
that's why I love bottoms. There's so many.
Yeah, and I did like a big like strapless top situation, and it works out good. You don't have to just be in a bikini or one piece. So I rocked that skirt. I didn't care. Like
be
it was
comfortable.
Great. Make it high waisted. Yeah.
Everything and anything you could do to be comfy. Be comfy.
Yes.
And eat and drink and be merry.
You
honestly,
need chill clothes for a lake house though.
So much.
I used to bring so much dresses.
I know
so many
dresses. What were we doing with that?
I even just brought 5 this time, and I'm like, why? I didn't wear a single one. I wore my big sweatpants and
athleisure,
a little
baby.
tank top tucked in the whole time. Athleisure is lake house behavior.
It really is. If we had to put it in words, it would be athleisure, aloe, chips and salsa.
Sorry, it's my dream. Yeah, chips and salsa, aloe sweatpants,
and bags
or cornhole.
I love that.
Do we end on this note?
I think so. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Sweatpants, bags, and fireworks, maybe.
Fireworks.
I
love it. This was great. Honestly, we're going to enjoy the rest of this sunset. You know what's funny too in the summer is the sunset's so late. It sets at 9:30. That's
We're
crazy.
here in the dark right now, but it's been beautiful, and we're going to go enjoy the rest of the night here at the lake house.
We hope you guys have the best summer times at your lake houses. Come to ours, write in what your lake house experiences are, what you guys love to do, and are hot dogs part of your lake house? I like hot dogs too, honestly.
And in
hot
Chicago,
dogs and fireflies are probably my top.
Fireflies, we call them lightning bugs. I think you're California.
Fireflies,
you're teaching, like you and Josh.
Well, that's magical.
People,
they're out here. I saw a
Fireflies do sound beautiful. Lightning bugs, it's okay, it's a whole other episode.
We want to hear about it from you guys. Your favorite lake house things, behaviors, etc. And
tell us what your lake house behaviors are.
Yeah,
the do's and don'ts. We should evolve and learn more since this is like a newer thing for us.
And invite us to your lake house. We want to come.
Come on, party. We'll bring the good time and the watermelon vodka and the peanut butter and jelly shark bites.
Specifically. Bye, guys. See you next time.